Have you ever picked a fruit so sweet you forgot where you were? A fruit that called your name even when no one else was around? What if I told you there is a tree in Igbo that bears fruit only at night? Not just any night, but at midnight, when the moon is full and spirits roam free. And if you dare to pick it then, you're not just picking fruit, you're offering yourself, body and soul, to something ancient, something that feeds, and something that plants its own seed inside you. This is not just a story, this is a warning. Because Nnenna, a girl as beautiful as the morning sun, didn't listen. And now, every time the Udala tree bears fruit, we hear a baby crying, even though no child lives in that compound anymore. Hey there, welcome to Folktales by Chisom, the place it might just make you think twice before ever reaching for a fruit in the dark. In the village of Igbo, there stood a tree unlike any other. Udala, the sacred African apple tree. It stood tall behind the compound of a man named Papa Okudili, an elder known for wisdom and discipline. But what made the tree famous wasn't its sweetness, it was its curse. Everyone in Igbo knew the rule. Never pick Udala after midnight. That is when the spirits eat. And if you take what belongs to them, they will take something from you. Nnenna, the daughter of Papa Okudili, was known throughout the land. Her skin glowed like fresh palm oil, her eyes were gentle, and her smile could stop rain. Suitors came in groups, from neighboring villages, even from the city, but Nnenna refused them all. She had one strange habit. Every night, while others slept, she would sneak out barefoot, quietly to the Udala tree. She would pick the fruit that dropped during the day, claiming it tasted sweeter after dark. Her grandmother, Mama Uju, once caught her and warned her, "Nnenna, do you want to die young? Don't you know that at midnight the spirits come to lick the Udala? The tree is not ordinary. If you pick their food, they will pick your destiny." But Nnenna laughed. She didn't believe in old wives' tales. She believed in sweetness, in freedom. She didn't know that the tree was watching, and soon it would pick her too. It was the last night of the Igbo festival. The village was quiet. Drums had stopped. Fires had gone cold. Nnenna couldn't sleep. She was craving the Udala. The moon was full. The air was too still. She tiptoed out of the house. Mama Uju stirred in her sleep, but didn't wake. Her father and mother were snoring after a long day of celebration. Nnenna walked to the tree, and there it was. One big round Udala, glowing pale orange, lying beneath the roots like it had been waiting for her. She bent and picked it. As she stood up, a cold breeze brushed her back. She turned, but saw nothing. She took a bite. The taste hit different. Soft, sweet, but then bitter. Then spicy. Then warm. Almost alive. Suddenly her body shook. Her eyes rolled. She fell to her knees. She heard a voice, deep, slow, strange. "The fruit is taken. Now you belong to us." She woke up near the tree roots. The Udala was gone. Her wrapper was torn. But she felt full, different. She staggered home before sunrise, her feet dirty, her heart confused. By the next morning, strange things started to happen. Her father woke up coughing blood. Her mother collapsed while fetching water. Mama Uju couldn't walk. Her legs became stiff, like wood. Nnenna, too, began to change. She couldn't eat. Her eyes lost their shine. Her belly started to feel tight. Her skin grew pale. Then, livestock in the village started dying. Chickens dropped dead. Goats bled from the nose. Even dogs ran away from her compound. One day, a suitor named Chike came to visit. The moment he entered the gate, he froze, like he saw something behind Nnenna. He turned and ran without a word. Even her reflection in the mirror started to blur. Then came the dreams. She would see herself lying in the Udala tree, her belly growing, while something licked her stomach in the dark. By the second moon cycle, Nnenna missed her period. By the third, her belly began to swell. "Nem, who did this to you?" her mother cried, weak on the floor. "I don't know," Nnenna whispered, tears running. "No one touched me." They took her to the village priest, who trembled and poured palm oil on the ground after touching her wrist. "She carries not a child, but a spirit," he said. The villagers started gossiping. They said she had disobeyed the gods, that she was a midnight wife of the tree spirit. Even the Udala tree behind their house began to drip red sap like blood. Mama Uju finally spoke. "Only one man can help her now, the Dibia Muo, the ghost herbalist of Aja Ocha." With a tied wrapper and bare feet, Nnenna began the journey into Aja Ocha, the forbidden forest. The path was dark. Thorns scratched her. Voices whispered from the trees. But she didn't stop. A woman with no eyes warned her. A goat spoke in a child's voice. The wind laughed like an old man. But she kept going. She finally reached a clearing where an old hut stood. Inside was the Dibia Mumuo, blind, pale, and wearing bones as beads. "You came late," he said without turning. "It has already planted its seed, but I can help, for a price." "What price?" Nnenna asked. "You must carry it to the end. But once it is born, you must take it back to the tree. If you don't, you will die, and the curse will start again in your bloodline." She nodded. He gave her a black powder to drink. "This will keep you alive until the day of birth." When Nnenna returned to Umuigbo, people screamed and ran. Her body had changed. Her belly was now full, round, but too high for a 3-month pregnancy. Her skin had turned darker, almost ash-gray. Her eyes, golden like the Udala fruit, and her voice, it sometimes echoed when she spoke. But the black powder from Dibia Mumwo kept her alive. Her family remained weak, but alive. She no longer walked in daylight. She sat in the shade, rocked herself, listened to the wind. Sometimes people passing the compound said they heard a baby crying, but no baby had been born yet. One afternoon, a small boy named Obina tried to pluck an Udala near her house. As he reached out, something invisible slapped him so hard he landed 5 feet away, unconscious. From that day, all the Udala trees in Umuigbo were cut down, except hers, because no one could touch it. Axes broke. Fire refused to burn it. By the 9th month, thunder began to roll during the daytime. Birds stopped flying over her house. Nnenna would sit outside, rubbing her belly, humming songs in a language no one taught her. One evening, her mother heard her say, "My husband is coming. Soon he will take his child." The compound grew colder. Lizards refused to crawl on their walls. Even ants avoided the kitchen. That night, Mama Uju had a vision. She saw a man with no face sitting under the Udala tree, holding a baby. The baby had no umbilical cord. She screamed and woke up. That same night, Nnenna's water broke. But instead of water, it was black and thick like engine oil. Lightning struck the Udala tree as the wind howled. Women who tried to help her deliver all collapsed. Only Mama Uju stayed strong, holding her granddaughter's hand. Nnenna screamed, not in pain, but like she was being split open from the soul. The room went dark, then cold, then completely silent. Suddenly, a loud cry pierced the silence, but what was born wasn't a normal baby. It had skin like bark, eyes like fireflies, and its body gave off steam. No one could touch it. Anyone who tried felt like they were holding burning coal. The child stared at Nnenna and smiled. She wept.
"He's here, and I must take him back."
She wrapped the baby in a white cloth and stood up, as if she had never been in labor. In the dead of night, she walked slowly to the Udala tree. The villagers watched from behind doors and windows. Lightning flashed. As she reached the tree, it opened at the trunk, revealing a hollow space glowing softly. She placed the baby inside. "Take your child and leave my family alone," she whispered. The tree began to hum. The baby vanished. Then the trunk closed. Suddenly, the tree cracked in half and burned. Without fire, rain began to fall. But Nnenna? She fell to the ground, eyes wide open, not breathing. The next morning, the sun rose bright for the first time in months. Her parents were healed. The animals in the village stopped dying. The air was fresh again. Nnenna was buried beside the tree. Mama Uju placed one last Udala fruit on her grave. But something strange happened. That same fruit began to rot in seconds, then disappeared. From that day, nobody in Igbo ever planted or touched Udala again. But on some nights, when the moon is full and the wind is silent, villagers say you can still hear a baby crying behind the ruins of Nnenna's compound. And if you listen closely, you'll hear a girl's voice whisper, "I only wanted a fruit." Moral lesson: what the spirits offer sweetly may come with a price your soul cannot afford. If this story made your spine cold and your heart race, then you're truly one of us. Welcome to the dark side of African storytelling. This is Folktales by Chisom, where legends are more than myths. They're warnings. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Click the like button, drop a comment. Would you pick a fruit at midnight? And remember, not everything that grows on a tree is meant to be eaten.